People think that entrepreneurship is all about the business.
That's not true. Absolutely not true. Once you know yourself, who you are, what do you want, and you're willing to develop what you already know within yourself, you will definitely be successful. That I guarantee you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our first episode of Personal Development for Entrepreneurs for 2020. We are really excited. Before we start, Venga, I'd just like to commemorate our first PDE, Personal Development for Entrepreneur Live for 2019.
Okay.
Our first subject there was how to save more money, travel more, and lose weight.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Yes.
In 2019,
Yes.
I lost 10 kg.
Wow.
I traveled a lot. I went on fantastic holidays.
Absolutely, man.
And I was able to save more money.
Wow.
So what we spoke about there, it happened to me.
Happened to you,
Yes.
huh? Very good, huh?
Exactly.
See, again, it's not so difficult, isn't it?
No.
If you set your mind to it and approach it in a very, systematic way, no? You're bound to achieve those things. Very good, man. I'm so glad, man. I forgot what the title was, but good. I'm glad. 3 things you set and 3 things you achieved. Huh?
Achieved.
Wow.
Yes.
So
Just
it's
going
easy,
by
huh?
those simple tips that you gave. So, by the way, if you want to have a look at that, just go to Ventrack's page. You can search through all the videos, all our live videos, and look that that video up. It was really useful for me. I achieved what we spoke about.
We did. This is the 13th. I mean, the first. Okay.
13th episode and the first for 2020.
2020. Very good. Very good. Huh? It's great. Okay. Hi. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you.
I hope that, as Ikhram said, in 2019, we said something, he said something, and he achieved it. Like that, I only hope that you also have done the same thing. It is very good if you only sit down and just go through things that you have achieved in 2019. Just take a piece of paper and write down all the things that you have achieved, whatever it is. And then you will find, if you start to put down even simple things, like weight losing or controlling your diet, whatever, that means you become aware. People talk about awareness, become conscious. This is what it is in practical terms.
Yes.
And then when you become aware of it and you're conscious about it, it will happen to you. This is extremely important. Once you have done that, then you say, okay, for 2020, what do I want to achieve? List out a couple of things, say 12 things or 10 things, whatever that you want to achieve. And this is how life goes on. As long as you want to achieve something, you're willing to do something about it, you'll achieve it. It's not so difficult.
Yep.
It's not this magical formula. It's a simple formula. All you got to do is make sure you are clear. And the only way you can get clear is to write. The moment you write down what you want or what you have achieved, this gives you the motivation to go forward. That's what it is.
Yep.
So I hope that you all will look towards 2020. And please remember this, okay? You make the difference. Nobody else does. You make a difference for yourself. I hope that you will do that, okay? Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you, among the things that happened in 2019 and 2020 up to now, Ikhram's father passed away. And I have only met him once. And he has been very dear to, Ikhram has been very dear to his father. I would like Ikhram, please Ikhram, say a few things about your father as a memory. So this will also remind us that life is not permanent. Life is temporary. Please, Ikhram.
Sure. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to say a few words about my dad, Venga. He, like you mentioned, he was very dear to me, and I'd like to think that I was dear to him. He wasn't very expressive. He was not a very expressive person, but he was a jovial man, fun-loving man, and if there's one word to define him, and this is what everyone agrees on, was generosity. He was generous to a fault. Sometimes we used to get jealous with how generous he was with everyone. If I were to, just talk about one story about my father, the first thing that comes to mind is when I went to college in Australia. I used to get homesick very easily. So on my second, I had gone to Australia to university actually. I was doing my degree. I came back for a holiday. And after that holiday, I was on my way back. And those days, we were still in the Subang airport. And I was on a connecting flight from Subang, Singapore to Australia. When I reached Singapore, I got homesick.
Oh.
Because I had just enjoyed myself. I had a wonderful holiday back home. And I was sitting down in Singapore waiting for my connecting flight to Australia. I think I had a couple of hours there. And I was thinking, I can't do this. I want to go back home. So I made a collect call. Those days, a collect call was possible. I don't know if it's still possible these days.
I'm not so sure.
From the airport, I made a collect call back home. And I was hoping my mom would pick up the phone. If my mom picked up the phone, I would be on the next flight back to KL. But my dad picked up the phone. And I told him I was a bit disappointed because it was not my mom. I thought my mom would be more sympathetic. So, but he answered the phone and I told him anyway. I said, Dad, I can't do this. I can't go get on that flight to Australia. I want to come back home. And I was surprised because he was very, very empathetic. This is where I felt my dad. Every time I went to him with a problem, he was somehow, when I least expected him to empathize with me, he would empathize. He had this amazing gift for knowing when to be stern, when to be empathetic. And he told me, Ikhram, life is a battle. You are now on a battle and you are in the battle zone. Things are going to feel difficult, things are going to be bad, but when you get past this, you will find that this journey was beautiful.
Yes.
The important thing is that you must be prepared right now to battle. If you're not willing to battle, then there's no point in living life.
Very good, man. Very good.
I was upset, but he made so much sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he spoke to me for about 20 minutes, explaining to me why I should be going to Australia, why I shouldn't be taking life. I mean, although life can be difficult, why I should accept it as part and parcel of growing up, of becoming an adult, going into manhood. And when he was done, for some reason, I was inspired. And I said, okay, Dad, I'll get on the next flight to Australia.
Very good, very good. Very good. He understood you and you understood what he was saying. Very good. I mean, you were young at that time. He was much older to you. But that's very good advice. Very good. Yeah. Well, when you describe about homesick, I am 80 years old. I've never been homesick.
You have been a very tough man, Venga.
Yeah,
but even you have this amazing ability to empathize with people.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Which always fascinates me.
Well, it's simple, and actually it's not a genius. See, when you see human, they have a lot of emotions. When you can understand people's emotion, then you once you understand it, and then if you are not conscious of your own behavior, might as well not be a human. See, everybody has emotion, and that emotion has to be. It's ignorant. Because we don't know. A lot of time we are emotional, and we don't know how to manage that emotion. Yes. And a lot of people don't know how to manage emotions. That's why it is true, that they say 60-70% of the population are on one form of drug or alcohol or some form of popping up, to get that emotion out of it. But you don't need it. Actually, your body has the ability to manufacture. When you're down, it knows how to bring you up. When you are too high, it knows how to pull you down. It has the possibility, but we don't know how to do that. But that's another subject. But Ikhram, it's important. That emotion is the reason why we as human are not animals. We were animals. Part of us are still animal, but then it's managing the emotion. And other people's emotion is as important as your own. See?
Yep,
And
that
when you
makes a
pay
lot
a
of
little
sense.
attention, then you can see. Like I can see what you've been through from the... I mean, his father passed away on the 1st of January. That is about 7 days
7 days
ago.
ago.
No, can you imagine you get up in the new year and then you hear that your father passed away? What a traumatic experience that is to some people, okay? And to him especially, no? So, but yet he has managed 7 days very, very well. This is extremely important for us to learn. And that is that, how do we cope with it? We never expected it, it happens. But coping, that's an emotional experience. 7, 8 days now, this is an emotional experience. Consoling your mother, taking care of your mother, and your brothers and sisters and what have you, and your own family, and a whole lot of things, okay? So it's not easy. For me to say it is so easy, but for you to manage it, it's a tremendous thing. I have respect for you. Very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you, Venga. Thanks very much. So,
That's
that's a little bit about my father. Getting back to the topic at hand,
Yeah.
today's topic, we are talking about luck. Does it happen or do you make it? What is your, what do you want to start off with? I know there's a lot to say.
Yeah, exactly. But first of all, this entire session is going to be only for 40 minutes.
Yes, we used to have it for 1
An
hour.
hour, that's right.
We felt it may be a bit too long to hold your attention, and therefore we've reduced it to 40 minutes. And hopefully you have more questions and you're able to participate better now.
Now, as we are speaking and talking, all that, if you have any questions, please, you know what to do.
Type them, throw them in. We will answer you back in the comment section or in the next Facebook Live video.
Wow, please. Now, the first thing that my view, I'm already 80 years old this year. I have never ever experienced luck.
Never.
Never. And this is a fact, okay? I never ever buy lottery ticket in my entire life. I'm 80 years old. I don't. Not even one social welfare ticket I wouldn't buy. Because I do not believe in luck. I don't. I believe there is no such thing as luck. I believe very much in your own personal determination. Mm-hmm. If you want something very badly, and you focus on what you want, and all I ask you is to spend a few minutes a day thinking about that, what you want, you will achieve it. You will get it. Whether it is whatever, whether it's material thing or even emotional things or whatever, you can get it. Because what happens is, see, luck is something, it's of a drop by. Mm-hmm. It comes out of, there's no such thing as that. Everything that is there, everything happens for a reason, everything happens because you want it.
Yep.
Most people do not even consider it. For instance, as an example, okay, you find that people spend a lot of their money, and people who earn very little money, you see them crowding at the place where they buy numbers. You see them all the time. They are hoping. You know what? They are losing whatever they have, because luck means that one person will get something, the rest of the 100 people will get nothing.
Yep.
This is what it's. Let me ask you this, okay? I'm sure you know that there are so many millions and millions of gambling houses, both legally and illegally. You tell me one gambling house that doesn't make money or has gone bankrupt. Never. Because it's a game of chance for you. But it's never a game of chance for the operators.
Correct.
It's never. It's a money-making thing. But greed, people, human, they know the human. So I do not believe in luck. I don't expect. If you believe in it, okay. But I don't. Everything can be you can decide. If you have the courage to write down whatever you want in life, either now or later, it's a question of time. And you will definitely get it. Even buying a house or whatever. No? So I don't believe in luck. Luck doesn't come like that. If you don't put effort, there is no. I believe in this. Effort will give results. If you put enough effort, you will see the result. Sometimes you put the effort and the result that comes is far better than the effort you put in. It happens to you. This is not luck. It's because you're doing things over and over again. Mm-hmm. You talk about yourself.
Yep.
Illness as an example. People say, oh, I'm so unlucky, I got this, I got that. No. You were not aware of what you were doing. That's what it is. People say diabetic, hypertension. You were not aware. And now once you become aware of it, that is you determine, hey, I got to be careful. It's important. You know that you will become a diabetic. Mm-hmm. Why? Because of the amount of carbohydrates that we take in a warm climate like this. Rice and sugar and what have you, sweet drinks and all that. Because of the fact that we live in very warm climate. Knowing that, you must therefore adjust yourself. How do you adjust yourself? Okay? For every glass of sweet drink you take 10 glasses of water. No? Something like that. No? Mm-hmm. So you become aware of it. Like I became aware that I was a borderline diabetic at the age of about 27. I accidentally discovered it. From that time till now, I've always managed sugar. In the sense that coffee, if I drink coffee once a day, and that coffee does not have sugar. Okay? Like that, when I eat also, anything that's carbohydrate, I try to reduce the amount, quantity less. So also, I watch my urine every day to see is the color changing or not. If it is too dark, as an example, I know there's not enough fluid, so I'll drink more water. So like that, Lana. So take another subject, Lana. Like you want wealth, you want money, you want saving. All that is you can determine. You have the possibility of doing. Yeah, some people. You see, the problem is we start to compare ourselves with other people. Mm-hmm. I never do that. I only measure me with myself. If I can save, say as an example, I can save $1 a day, then my focus would be, can I save $2 a day?
Yep.
So I always focus on what I can do. I don't actually care what other people do, how they do it, how rich they become, whatever No, I'm not interested in that. I'm only interested in me. You can say I'm selfish. But because I've done that, I've never ever depended on anything to drop by. It never done. I always predetermine what I want. Everything that I want in life, I predetermine it. And that's the way I think one should also do. Like that, for 2020 as an example, you should sit down and say, hey, what are the few things that I want? Simple things, okay? And start there. Start doing it immediately. And then also make it simple. No? Suppose, just say suppose. No? You want to do something, ask yourself, this is month of January, February, March. In these 3 months, I want to do certain things. Mm-hmm. So you can split that out. Okay, what you exactly want to do. And if you do that, and you will see that whatever you do, there will be a result. Either you're happy with the result, or you're not happy with the result. Either case, if you're happy, you can make it better. If you're not happy, you can do something to make it better. So everything is within your hands to do it. No, some great mystic thing is sitting there and providing you all this, or go to the temple. No, please, Lara, please.
Speaking of which, when since it's the new year 2020, most people, and this is how I used to start my year, we start looking at astrological charts, the predictions for this person born in this year and all that, and is it going to be a good year? Oh no, it's not going to be such a good year. You're saying that, I mean, no offense to all these arts,
That's your belief. Okay.
but you're saying that no, I can decide whether I want 2020 to be lucky for me or not.
Exactly. You can decide whatever you want within your ability to do it. You can't sit there, fold your legs and arms and hope for it to happen. Cannot. How much effort can you put in? What is the effort you want to put in? If you put no effort, you get nothing. Isn't it?
Yep.
So the effort you put in, what are you prepared to do? If you keep doing it, you get there. It's not so difficult.
Yeah.
See, simple thing, no? Take exercise and you want to lose weight. If you sit down and say, I want to lose weight and dream about it, nothing is going to happen, right?
Yes.
It's the food that you consume. If you know what food you eat, that is one way. Nothing else. Okay? And that can lose you depending on the quantity of food that you eat. Or you go out there and walk or do something. So there is no such thing as by chance. I never ever believe in it. And that is because we have been more or less bombarded with always compare yourself with somebody else.
So therefore you feel you're unlucky.
Yes.
That person is lucky. That creates much of the problem, right?
I have been through this. I have been through this at a very young age, and I'm telling you, there is no such thing as luck. Everything is possible.
Now, coming from you, that means a lot, because I know your history.
Yes.
How, if there's anyone I know who has a birthright to say I am unlucky, it will be you. A man who was separated from his parents at 3 years old, adopted, no education, became the CEO, managing director of Astra. Amazing. And so you have the moral high ground to say, I make my own luck.
I never made my own. I worked very hard, and I always decided what I have to do, and I did it. And I never depended on somebody else to do it for me. I always, whatever happens to me, I accepted it.
Yep.
In life, things never happens the way you want it to happen. It doesn't. And because of that, what you do is you accept what it is and see what you can do with it. So my quick answer would question to any situation would be, hey, what's the worst thing that can happen? Okay? Are you willing to accept it? The answer is yes. Hey, carry on, Lana. Do it. I mean, this is what happened. You can't sit and brood. It's like this. I learned a long time ago. If you break your leg in the middle of the road, stop crying about your leg is broken, Lana. Carry your leg tight around your shoulder and walk to the nearest hospital. That's all.
As simple as that.
Yeah, as simple as that. And ask them to fix it. Otherwise, you'll bleed to death. Or get something to tie. Simple thing, Lana. If you're bleeding, take a rope and tie around your leg wherever it's bleeding, Lana. Stop the bleeding and go to the hospital. I see people moaning and groaning about all sorts of things. Huh? Oh, I was born to this, I'm born into this family, which is so. I don't believe that. I have seen people in the worst of condition, and they all have made it. I remember a story which I was told to me, okay, and that is that, people, there was a little story about a man somewhere in Europe, somewhere in England, no?
Yep.
That chap was, sitting in a place, covered himself with a blanket, okay, and then he saw a young boy, sitting there and shouting at the shop that was selling shoe and cursing at whatever God he is thinking about. Say, why was he born? Because all this nice shoe he can't use because he was born without a foot. He was born without a foot.
Yep.
So he cannot use the shoe, and he was cursing and swearing and all that. And then this old man sat there for a long time, watched him, and called the boy, come here. What are you complaining? He said. I was born. You, old man, what do you know? I was born without my feet. I can't wear this nice shoe. And what kind of a God is this? And complaining. And then the old man looked at him and then told him, come here. He took out the blanket. Said, I was born with no feet at all. I am very happy that I'm alive. So we can complain. Oh, that fellow has these. Because why? We are comparing with something. I stopped doing that as from a very young age. I don't care what you own, what you have. You have what you have. I will search my own. And also, people search for fortune, money and wealth and all that. I never did. I did what I have to do, and I do it very well. The best I can. Whatever I do, I must do at least minimum 100%.
That's another thing that I thought I would ask you. But before I ask, we just to remind you again, if you've just joined us, this from now onwards, our live sessions is going to be 40 minutes. We are at slightly over half time right now. If you have any questions, throw them in the comment section and we will answer them in the comments or in the next Facebook live session. So I'm sure there must be a lot of questions about luck. It's 2020. How do you make 2020 a lucky year for you? What should you be doing? Just throw in those questions and we'll answer them. My question to you is with regards to this to luck. You're saying that it doesn't happen, you make it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
How do you consciously do this?
Okay. You see, once you become aware,
Yep.
awareness is the key. Okay? We are not aware from the time we get up to the time we go to bed. We are not aware. Mm-hmm. We are simply unconsciously doing things. Yep. We are not conscious at all. The moment you become conscious, example, you get up in the morning, you have a breakfast. Are you conscious of the simple breakfast that you are eating?
Very rarely, because previously I'd be looking at the phone and busy
exactly.
social media while
absolutely. So if you are not even aware of what you are putting into your mouth, so that the body can absorb and use the nutrient, why talk about anything else, Lana? You see what I'm trying to tell you? Mm-hmm. So we are very unconscious in whatever we do, from driving a car, in talking to people, in doing many things in life. We are not even conscious of what is around you, the amount of things that are happening around you. Become aware, Lana. Once you become aware of your own self, then only you pay attention. Then you will realize that you should not be eating this. You should not be doing that. I shouldn't be doing this. Once you become aware, I don't have to teach you anything else. Then you will automatically realize you shouldn't be doing this. No? It's like, whether you are educated, whether you went to school or you went to university, doesn't matter. I tell you, all you learned people, it doesn't mean that you go to school, your awareness goes up. No. Okay? You are actually very unconscious of the things that is happening around you. Please, whether you are whether you are you've been to top schools and all that, Lana, but you are not aware. The only awareness comes to you is, I want to beat somebody. I got to be better than. That is awareness you have. Mm-hmm. That to me is a downfall. You become aware of yourself. The more you become aware of your own self, of the things that you do, I don't have to teach you anything else. You won't cut a tree. You won't throw rubbish. You won't even take a tissue and throw. Once you are aware of that, See, which is the reason why the planet has become like this. Because we are destroying the planet because of our own unawareness. We don't even know that we are destroying. We, as you and I, are part of the problem.
I'd like to share something
Please.
here, Venga. I mean, now that you mentioned it, it's clear. I have an actual example. So, you've been telling me to raise my awareness
Yes.
by reviewing everything I do.
Yes.
So, for about 5 months ago, 6 months ago, I even started reviewing what I eat.
Okay.
So every time I eat, and even my bowel movement.
Yes.
So eating, bowel movement, and it's all connected, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
So when I'm sitting down at night and I said I ate this, I also go by feeling, because you told me to
Yeah.
see what did I feel good
Yeah.
after doing this
Absolutely.
or not good.
Yes.
So I would eat lunch and say, I felt it wasn't a good lunch. When I started becoming aware, like actually reviewing, rating it, and saying that, okay, this was not a good lunch, I'm not going to take this again, I found myself moving more and more towards eating healthy. But not only that, just 3 days ago, I was walking to a client's office, and along the way, there's this stall. It's my favorite mee rojak stall.
Oh, okay.
And I told myself that when I saw this, the guy was just opening his stall, and as I'm walking past, I told myself, after I finish this consulting gig, I'm going to come and have a double mee rojak. So after finishing, as I'm walking down, I could feel my body telling me, right, Ikhram, you need vegetables today. And I did not go. Previously, I would not be able to control myself. I'd want to have that because it's tasty, it's delicious.
Yes.
But my body itself was saying no, you need. And I just walked away and I went and had a lot of vegetables and vegetables I don't normally eat also. So that's what you mean when you said having awareness. I am
That's it.
experiencing it.
Because, you see, we don't seem to understand this, and that is your body is telling you, your entire body that you have is telling you what it wants, what it doesn't want. A good example of that, you go to a buffet meal, you pick a plate, and you go. As you are looking at the food, you may pick up something, okay, and you put on your plate. One piece you put in. Then somehow or other, you will go and pick up another piece. For what reason? You don't know. You just pick up another piece, okay, and then you move to the next one. And then you want to pick up, and suddenly you said, no, not this one. Then you move on. What makes you pick up two pieces? The first one you pick up is what you need. The second one you pick up is not what you need. It's your greed. One piece is good enough. Because by the time you finish the buffet table, the plate will be half full of more than full. So what happens is, our eyes deceives us. At the time, I'm just saying, only for food, no? Because the body tells you, no, I don't want this, don't take it. But you're not listening to your body. You are using your own judgment to get out of it. And that's why our 5 senses which we have, eyes, nose, ear, mouth, hand, all these are sensory organs. They are all senses. Now, if you don't pay attention to all this that's happening to you, you will make a mistake. And that's why on that particular day, your body is telling you, no, I have enough of that. I want some vegetable. Meaning the nutrients, it's looking for something. It tells you. And people don't pay attention to it. That's why almost everything that is sold in the marketplace is attraction by distracting you from the actual need you have to a distraction and sell you something that looks so yummy. And then you buy them and eat them. And then all the disease comes along.
And you say, I'm unlucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Venga, we have got 6 more minutes. So when you're basically saying that in order to increase your luck,
Yes.
which is not something that happens, you make it.
Yes.
You have to increase your level of
Awareness of what you're doing. What you are doing, become aware. Simple practice, no? Okay? simple things that you do is, whatever you want, okay, become aware of it. And ask yourself, is this really what you need? Is this really what you want? And you will realize by simple tests. You look at your own cupboard, you have bought a lot of things.
Yep.
Do you use all of that? No. Everything that new comes out, you buy. What for? Why? So we are over-indulging into things. You see, even phone, handphone. To manage one handphone already, so difficult.
Yep.
People carry 3 telephones. 3. How they manage, I don't know. If this is not total idiotic stupidity, I don't know what. Oh, one for the company, one for you, one for your mother-in-law. Please, no? What kind of stupidity is that? Okay? Oh, one for my husband, one for my wife, and one for my girlfriend. What the hell is this all? One phone cannot. So all of this is because why? The people who sell want to sell more. And the more you take, the more they are happy. And you fall into this trap. Who is to be blamed? You or them? Oh, you cannot blame the advertising company. Of course you can't. They have the right to advertise. You have the right to refuse, but you don't want to. So like that in life, become aware of everything they do. Simple thing, get up in the morning, even when you have a breakfast. I tell you something else is also very. I spoke to a chap who's exercising.
Yep.
I asked him, what do you do when you exercise? Oh, I put on this music, I listen to tapes, and I listen to all these speeches and all that. I say, why don't you remove all that, throw it away? Not throw it away, put it aside. I say, when you exercise, ask yourself, why are you exercising? And constantly be aware. Be aware of your exercise. Why are you exercising? And then you suddenly will realize that actually your exercise is improving you in terms of muscular tone, whatever, because you are paying attention to this. And that I have discovered it myself. Okay, instead of listening to something, pay attention. I spend about 1 hour and 20 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes on the treadmill. As I am walking and walking, my entire 1.5 hour is on myself. My movement, my legs, my muscles, my everything. This is awareness. So,
and that's how you are looking young at 80.
Thank you.
It's not because you're lucky, it's by design.
By design. Everything that I do is by design. I think about it and I do it. Along the way, I make changes to improve. But this is something, see, as I said to you just now, even in the morning when you have a breakfast, spend that amount of time eating your breakfast.
Yep.
See what you are eating. Become aware of what you are eating. Then you will realize that actually you don't need this. You don't need that. Don't have to read literature and all sorts of things. Just be aware. And then you suddenly realize, hey, yeah. So, like now, flu everywhere, right?
Yep.
You know that, right?
Yes.
So what should you be doing?
Should be taking precaution.
Be aware. See where you are. If you are going into a hospital, make sure that you take your own protection. No, don't walk in like a buffalo, no? As they say, no? What's that? Something in a Chinaman shawl. No?
Oh, and bull in a China shop.
don't. I mean, life is precious. You must accept that.
Yep.
If you do not consider life precious, then do whatever you want to do. Then depend on luck. But if you think that life is precious, then spend a little time on this precious life, because you have only one life. This is a simple message.
Yes. If you have any questions, throw them now. We're coming to the end. It's still not too late to ask questions. We'll be happy to answer them for you. Venga, do you have any closing words on luck?
Yeah. See, luck is a fallacy. It's actually stupid, and people want luck because why? That's what everybody wants to earn some money, something out of you. So that's why you have so many people giving you the fortune telling, what have you. I don't believe in fortune. I don't believe it at all. My only advice to you is drop all that. Become aware of what you're doing. Whatever it's simple things, you do it and you will see the result. And people who have become successful, and I've met a lot of successful people who came with nothing, and all their stories, I listened to them very carefully. They worked very hard. They always were very mindful of what they were doing. They always cared for the other human. They never went out and did things that harm other human beings. They always took care of themselves. As much as they took care of themselves, they also took care of the people around them. And that is the success story they tell me. I've met a lot of them. And I'm telling you this, okay? If you just become aware of what you're doing, you'll be successful. Believe it or not.
I believe you. Thank you very much, Venga. This has been a really good session about luck. If you have questions, please throw them. Still not too late. We have to wrap up now. We are at exactly 40 minutes.
Just to say this, no? Chinese New Year is coming up. Kong Hee Fa Chai.
Kong Hee Fat Choi. Happy Chinese New Year. We have to wrap up now. Our next Facebook Live session is going to be on February 5th. It's the first Wednesday of February. Stay tuned. We will be updating you with the topic of discussion. It's going to be interesting as usual. And good luck with 2020. Set your goals. Make your luck. Don't let it happen to you.
And write to us, Lara. Tell us on the Facebook.
Yes.
If anything, if we can help you, tell us.
Let us know.
Let us know. We will help you.
We'll be happy to do it. Thank
Please.
you very much. See you all in our next session.